Hey, what's up guys? Here's another video on the Kitt project. So this afternoon we managed to remove the damaged piece of glass in the door, the window. So the window is now out. It took me about 2 hours to do this afternoon. Now if you remember, in a previous video I did actually say, didn't I, that this window was actually damaged. It had a little chip out of the glass, so this had to come out because this needs to get changed at some stage. So I'm going to probably buy a new piece of glass and then I might put that in before the car goes in to be resprayed, or I might do it afterwards. I don't know yet, I've not decided. However, the reason, or I would say the main reason why I wanted to make today's video is because I was just going to cover exactly how I removed the glass. Because before I did this, I looked around YouTube and on Google, pretty much everywhere, to find out and try to get some tips on the easiest way to remove a door glass on a 3rd gen Firebird or Transam, yeah, like what I've got, and I couldn't find anything. So I pretty much had to work most of it out myself. I saw a couple of bits on some forums, but there was no videos out there. Yeah, there was nothing out there on video where it shows you step by step the best way to remove the glass, because it is really fiddly, as I've just found. The only thing I did find was one of the videos I watched. They said that you can drill these out. Now these runners, okay, are obviously attached to the actual glass. One of the videos I saw, they said that you can drill the actual rivets out and then the glass comes out easier, because there's less to actually pull out of the door. Because once the glass is in there and you've got the actual mechanism, yeah, you've got the motor in there as well, there really doesn't leave a lot of room to actually pull the glass out, as I found. So I did try this. I tried to drill a couple of these out and it was just a bit of a nightmare, to be honest, and I thought surely there has to be an easier way to do this. So what I'd done this afternoon, I just spent a couple of hours and I got busy and I managed to crack it. I got it out. So I'm just going to quickly explain how I did it, because it's really fiddly, and I hope this is going to help someone else out there, you know, if you choose to ever change or remove a glass from your door. I did find a video where the guy explained how to put the glass in the door, but as I said, I've not seen how to actually remove it, so I pretty much had to work it out myself. The first thing I did was obviously removed all the door panel. If you've been following along the Kitt project, obviously you know I've got no door panels on my car at the moment anyway, so that was already done. The door will pretty much look like this, except the glass will obviously be inside. So the first thing I did was just removed all the bolts from the actual door itself. Yeah, so if you look a bit closer, in fact if we look down here, these are all the bolts that came out. There's about 7 or 8. So there's various places that these come out. I think there's one there, there was a couple there, there was 2 there, there was a couple at the end there. Yeah, so about 7 or 8 bolts, and then you've got these 3 here. These ones came out the end, out of there like that. Now the reason why you have to take all of this off is because this mechanism, the actual motor, has to come out of the door if you want to easily, well I say easily, I could not take the glass out unless this motor was out, because there really isn't a lot of space behind that door, or you know, within that door. So I removed the mechanism, the motor, I pulled that out. That then gave me more space inside the door to then jiggle the glass around so I could eventually get it out. Another thing you have to do is remove the locking mechanism there. Yeah, there's 3 bolts. Now if we look down the top there, let me just get the torch. If you look down the top there, there's no mechanism at the side of the door, okay? It's normally in there. I've dropped it down. The reason why I've done that is just so there's more space for when you shimmy the glass over. I'll explain that in just a second. So you take off the mechanism at the side there, take off all the bolts on the front of the panel, you take off the mirror as well. You take off, yeah, the mirror obviously goes there, and also the corner section. And the corner section's on my workbench. So the mirror comes off, that's all ready to be painted. That comes off, that's just like another piece that sits on the panel on the outside. And then you've obviously got the corner piece, yeah, that goes in the corner of the door. So make sure all of that is off, because you need as much space as you can get to pull the glass out. Yeah. So once all of the motor is out, and the motor is a little bit of a pain to pull out as well, that is a little bit of a job. The best way I can explain to do that is make sure it's all unbolted, and then you'll be able to move it around, pull it up the end of the door, and then you can jiggle it around and you can pull it out from this end. It does take a little bit of time because you have to kind of like flip it round. But I would say the best way to do it is up this end, because you've got a slightly bigger gap there. So you can use that and you can pull the whole thing out. Because if you look at the widest part of the motor, yeah, it's quite wide. So you're going to need as much space as you can get to pull it out of the door, and that's why I say do it up there. So that's how you do that. Make sure these are disconnected, yeah, the actual rods that go into the mechanism for your lock, make sure they are all disconnected, or enough so you can drop the actual mechanism. You don't have to take off every single rod. These ones are still kind of connected in there. That one is still connected to the actual handle, but I've managed to actually drop it to create more space. The main part is to actually get the glass out of the door. The way I found was best, I was trying different ways for about half hour or so, and the only way I could really sort of do it was to pull the glass up but keep the left side down, okay, pull this side up so it's a little bit higher, yeah, so the front of the window, the front of the glass comes out first. So what you do, you then pull, so what happens is the front of the glass ends up coming up here, and then the back part of the glass, the back part of the runner, there's a little wheel on that, and this wheel won't come past any of the door around this way, so it has to go all the way up that side. The only way you can do that is by literally sort of moving the window round. So what happens is that wheel ends up coming out here. So you flip the window round and you just, just be a bit patient because it is quite tight, and then you end up pulling it out of that end. One thing I will say is that it is really tight in here, but what you can do is you do have a little bit of flex. If you look at that, yeah, the door does flex a little bit. It's okay, it's not going to do any damage, but it does flex by about 2 mil, I would say about 2 or 3 mil. So it's just enough to give you a little bit more space for the window to come out of the gap should you need it. But if you do what I said, when you lift the window up, if you rotate it a little bit, so in the end the wheel ends up coming down here, and then you can just pull it out and it'll come out fine. There will be some other bits that come off the inside. You've got these as well. These are runners that will obviously come off when you start to unbolt everything at the start. they will come off, and then you can take the motor off. The motor can be disconnected, the mirror, also the corner section, and then after you've done all of that, you're then good to go. Oh, and of course your locking mechanism, make sure that's disconnected, and then you're good to go, and then you can start to shimmy around the glass and you can pull it out, as I said. So there you go. That is how you remove a door glass on a 3rd gen Firebird or Transam. I've looked everywhere and I couldn't find a single video that showed how to remove the glass step by step. So hopefully if this has helped 1 or 2 people, yeah, then that's a bonus. But as you can see, yeah, we're cracking on with the Kitt project. Another little job done today. Glass is now removed, wing mirror is now removed. So what I may do, I may flip the car around and start to work on that side. So I may take the wing mirror off that side and then start doing some other bits. Pretty much anything else we can find to do at this stage, because this will all save time when the car goes into the garage for a full paint job, full respray. Any little jobs that I can do here will just save the garage a bit of time, and that's always a good thing. So there you go guys, yeah, just a quick update really. So that is how you remove the glass. There might be some other ways to do it, but this is the easiest way that I found without having to drill into the actual rivets. I did try to drill the rivets out, and after trying it for a couple of minutes it just wasn't very easy, so I thought surely there has to be an easier way to do it, and that's why I did it this way. But it ended up coming out okay, as you can see. So if you're trying to take your glass out, yeah, do it the same way as what I've just done it. It comes out. Didn't take me too long really. I mean, if I knew how to do it from the very start, I could have maybe done all of this within half hour. So it wouldn't have took very long, but obviously I was trying to work things out as I went to figure out exactly the easiest way to do it, because I've never removed one of these door glasses before. So there you go guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, comment, you know, whatever you want to do. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you again very soon in another video. Take care.